Hello, fellow Lupus. It's Monday, the 21st of May, and I have several updates to do today. Let's pray I don't get distracted and get them all done. But today I have a full bucket of spoons, so that is a good thing. And I wanted to just revisit something. I do have several updates, but I'll do them separately so that the video isn't like a mini movie. But just to give you a perspective of where I was when I was on the treatment for my Pluerisy, I wrote something one day in one of my loopy groups, and it's quite humorous. I was hoping it would be humorous, but it is factual. It really describes where I was during that time. And this is from May 2nd, so it's several weeks old, I believe. And it goes something like this. Dear Diary, today was the second date with the new hunk of strongness in my life. It isn't that he asked me to marry him or anything, but we are enjoying a 6-day rendezvous that is sure to set my emotions aflame. Yesterday, our first date had me in biatch mode. Today, my daughter wondered if his name was Mr. Jekyll from way back when. But I think she's just stewed because of all of his masculinity and the fact that he surprises me with a pool full of spoons. So, tomorrow is our third date, and I have no idea what he has in store for me. Each day, sure to form, this man surprises me, and only then does he reveal the events that is sure to set me ablaze and sit me on the world's best roller coaster ride I've ever been on. So tonight, I say thank you. And who needs one-night stands when you can have 6? Good night, diary. Thank you for a good day today. Oh, and P.S. I forgot to mention his name is Mr. Steroid. That's how I've been feeling on day 2 with Mr. Wonderful. Loopy lovies all night tonight, and I wish you a pool full of spoons. And that just kind of humorizes the enormous change in my mood and my attitude when I was doing my treatments for my Pluerisy, which was steroids, obviously. And although it did get rid of it, and although I do feel much better, it was truly a roller coaster ride. I was up 1 minute, down the next. I would bite my daughter's head off, which rarely happens, and then I would, laugh and cry and do all these different things. And although we know the dangers of steroids, I really truly understand why they really have some very firm rules about athletes and wrestlers and all those guys from taking these things, because they are really dangerously mood altering. Even the slightest thing would set me off. I remember making a phone call to one of my doctor's office, and the lady on the other end was being very polite. However, when she started in, she interrupted me, and I was trying to explain to her the reason for my call, but she interrupted me to get my name and birth date and all that stuff. But what happened was she ended up having to ask me more questions just to find out my reason, instead of letting me tell her what my reason was, which would have prevented her from having to ask me, 50 questions. And that annoyed me to no end. And I'm usually not like that at all. I mean, not even on my worst day am I like that. But I wanted to just chew her up and spit her out. And I was inflamed, enraged. But I said, this is not normal. I'm going to just wait and just let her ask the questions. She finally finished with the 50 questions, and took the message and we ended the call. And I was so glad that I didn't explode on her. But then earlier that day, one of my dearest friends, I just completely exploded on her. But she's one that really tries my patience, just on the norm. And she is not someone that I can talk to regularly. She's not someone that I can talk to even really once a month. Is a chore for me to speak with her, because I generally will hear about, everybody from, the guy that she thinks she's dating to the checker down at the local Safeway. I mean, everybody in between. The neighbor's son, the neighbor's daughter. I mean, it's just like 2 or 3 hours of just updates on these people I know nothing about. And so I limit my calls to her because it's almost like she's dumping. And I typically have a rule that I don't avail myself to be anyone's dumping ground or trash receptacle, so that they can relieve all the things that's driving them crazy and put it on me to drive me crazy, because I really value not I value having drama-free life. However, I just exploded. I exploded when the people came and the owners of my daughter's apartment building were walking around, and someone walked by and took off my piece of tape on this door that holds down this heavy door knocker, because when it gets windy it flips and flops and back and forth, and it drives me bazonker sometimes. And it's not like it's lightweight, it's very heavy. And so I was inflamed when I heard them take that tape off. And my daughter, who was at work, said, "Mom, get away from the window, get away from the door, don't email anyone, don't call anyone," because she recognized that I was not myself. So she put me on, I think I mentioned it before, she put me on that week-long no talk, no email, no contact with anyone unless I run it through her. And she actually prevented me from offending several people. So I appreciated her for that. But this kind of gives you an idea of what these steroids will do for you. And I do have another update. I don't want to make this too long. I've already gone too long already. But also during this time, I did some updates, but they were like, some of them were too long because I wasn't watching the time. I was just like, just out of my head. I was, zonked out. And then one video, I actually recorded it upside down with my cell phone, and it wouldn't upload. So I was reading off, test results and giving you a day-by-day blow of how I felt and all of those things, and most of them were no good. So at any rate, I just wanted to kind of update you, because I know a couple people were asking me what happened with the steroids, and that's what happened. I was a true biatch. And that's putting it mildly. And I'm so happy that that stint is over. Hopefully I don't have to do it again anytime soon. So I'm going to end now. I'm going to do another update, read some test results and everything, and I'll see you in a moment in the next update. And loopy lovies, and I wish you a pool full of spoons. Bye-bye.